Hi there, viewers, and welcome back. You're watching us live. We are live and interactive, and we're currently waiting to receive your emails and your text messages. Details are on screen. If our viewers have only just joined us, just summarise, if you may, what we've just covered in the last hour.
Well, we were talking about adrenal fatigue and how it affects the thyroid and really the rest of the body as well. And I've got an interesting email here from Mary in Ireland. And she says she suffers with sinusitis and has been juicing for over a year. I'm also going through menopause and suffer from hot flashes. So what do I recommend to cure the condition? So Mary, you're doing the right thing with the juices. I hope that you've also come off all the dairy food, because that's what's causing the sinus and the rhinitis and all the problems with colds and recurrent infections. So the sinuses, of course, are really difficult to clear, because we have the sinuses here below and above the eye, and it's very difficult to get the infections out of an area like that. It's not like the colon where you can wash it out. And we don't recommend also having operations on the sinuses, because once you've had it done, it's extremely difficult to get the sinuses back to working properly. So the main thing, Mary, is to come off the dairy. And you can also try the patches for the hot flashes, because they really do work for that. And of course, being on God's diet, again, the fruit, the vegetables, the seeds, the nuts, and the green plant, that is absolutely basic to health. That's the main thing. And drinking enough water and taking the exercise.
Okay, Felicity, that's great. Let's go through some of the emails that we received into the show. Hi, Si and Felicity. Thanks for yet another informative program, which my wife and I always record and watch and try to put into action with our daughter and grandchildren living with us. I'm emailing you on behalf of my wife, Margie, who suffers from underactive thyroid. She takes 75 milligrams of thyroxine, which stabilizes her to some extent, but she is in a stressful job, and there are other stressful factors. She has terrible joint venture pain in bed and in the morning, and her hand joints are extremely stiff and painful. She is pretty active and gets regular exercise, but this has been going on for years. She is nearly 65. Can you offer any help? And that's from Ken.
Oh, Ken, poor Margie. I'm feeling so sorry for her. The first thing to do is cut out all the acids from the diet, because if she's got the pain in the joints and the hands are difficult to move in the morning, that's a sure sign that she's got the acids in her joints. So she needs to cut out the meat and the dairy, as we always say, and get back on the right diet. Another thing, a very easy thing you can do, is to wrap the hands in wheatgrass at night. So you have a bandage, you soak that in the wheatgrass, you then put some cling wrap or one of those, sticky plaster things right over. The cling wrap is what I use, and then cover that with maybe a glove or a sock. In fact, you have to do it with a sock, because you are not going to be able to put your fingers into the glove. So you have to just keep that warm overnight, sleep like that, and in the morning you will find that the pain has come out of the finger joints. So that's really good to know. And take the wheatgrass as well orally. So you're using it topically, you're using it on the hand or the knee or wherever the joint is aching, and then drink the wheatgrass as well, because it's a wonderful alkalizer.
It's multi-purpose wheatgrass, isn't it?
It's absolutely amazing, yes, it really is. It's so good for the body. Detoxes the blood, brings the blood pressure down, and has been known as well, if you put it on a band-aid, to take rough skin off, or little, even one lady who's coming on my day at the Royal Society of Medicine, she actually got rid of a skin cancer that way.
Wow.
Just with wheatgrass on a band-aid, which she kept on for a few days, and the thing just fell off. So it's amazing, amazing, and God knew exactly what he was doing when he covered the world really with the green grass.
There are so many wonderful things out there that are multi-purpose, such as coconut oil. What are the benefits of coconut oil?
Oh, well, that's amazing, because it's anti-inflammatory, it's antifungal, it's antibacterial. We can put it on the skin. Again, we can drink it. We just talked about Alzheimer's, how wonderful it is for bringing the memory back. So yeah, the coconut oil is amazing. Wheatgrass is amazing. You know, God says in Revelation 22, you know, the leaves of the trees are for the healing of the nations. And the Bible, as you notice, starts in a garden, finishes in a garden, and we have the Garden of Gethsemane on the way through. So it's, I could write, well, I can do sermons on that. Yeah, it's lovely.
Okay, fantastic. Just going through some of the emails here. This one's from Jane. She has a couple of questions. She's first asking, what's the best juicer to use? One that leaves the pulp or the one that includes the pulp?
Well, the best juicer to use is the one that you will use regularly. So like Luke has just found, you know, this new one that he's got, which is quite inexpensive, but they're using it, and that's obviously the best thing that you can do. Because I teach this stuff, I have a variety of I've got a quick juicer as well. I've also got the NutriBullet, which is a blender, it's not a juicer. And then I've got the big old Champion, which is a wonderful workhorse. You know, it's a very heavy machine. It's expensive to start with, but it never wears out. It just goes on and on. I've got a Jack LaLanne juicer, which is another centrifugal force one. So a whole variety of juices, but the thing to do is juice, basically. So get one that, you know, Luke likes the one with the wide mouth because you can get a whole apple down it. And whatever you're going to use, you know, for goodness sake, use that juicer, wash it out every time. That's the great thing. Never go back to a manky old juicer. So you've got to wash it straight away.
I guess the difference with the juicer and the blender is the pulp, isn't it? Otherwise it'll just be a blender.
That's right. I mean, that's fine. There's a place for a blender as well, and some people like a thicker drink. So that's what you have. You have the pulp is all just macerated together. And but if people are really ill, as I was, then you need to have the refined juice, and I still actually prefer my refined juice, yeah.
Okay. Jane also continues to ask, what is the best water to drink? I love sparkling water with a dash of lemon, but don't know whether that's okay for my health.
Well, it's not actually, because you're getting the carbon dioxide in the fizzy water. And so it's the same with all the fizzy drinks. And of course, they're even worse because they've got the colorants and the preservatives in them. But even with the fizzy water, you're taking in carbon dioxide, which is bad for the body. So you want the pure still water, yeah.
And she's also continues to ask, her family love to drink still water. What's the best one to drink?
Oh, well, I'm not going to get commercial there. The best one comes out of a beautiful spring high up in the mountains somewhere that is really clean. So I distill water, as you know, and because I was so toxic when I had cancer, when people are detoxing, the distilled water is scientifically the only one that's completely pure. So that's a good one to have. And structured water, alkalized water, you know, you can put a few grains of brown rice in with your distilled water to actually alkalize it again. Stirring the water, you know, there's something about stirring the waters, and in the Bible, of course, the angel was stirring the waters when the man went into the pool. There's a lot of work has been done scientifically on water to see what happens to the structure of water. People can Google the work of a chap called Emoto, who is a Japanese, Masaru Emoto, and see the research that's being done into water. But the great thing is to drink a lot of it and drink it as pure as you can.
Okay, fantastic. Lynn is asking, hi Si and Felicity, love your program. Is there a difference between whole grain rice and brown rice?
Whole grain rice and brown rice. Pretty much the same thing, really. The great thing is to keep off the refined white rice, which you know, we usually get served to us in restaurants. But I have the brown rice, which is really crunchy and delicious, and I prefer to have that. It's full of the vitamin B, and we need to have vitamin B to calm us. And if people are stressed out, you know, they want to get a niacin, which is B3, and also take a B complex supplement maybe with every meal that they have, and that will have a wonderful calming effect on the body.
And what are your thoughts on pasta? Should we be eating or avoiding pasta?
You know what pasta is, really?
Yeah.
What is it?
Go on.
Flour and water.
Yeah.
It's flour and water. So it's refined flour mixed with the water. And what does flour and water make? In kindergarten, we know it made wonderful glue. So
Paste.
when we're having pasta, we're actually gluing up our intestines.
Okay. Hi, Felicity. Is hot porridge good for you?
Well, a Scotsman would certainly want to have his hot porridge, and I have mine when I do have it with water and not with the milk. And actually, I really love it. I put a little bit of Himalayan salt with it as well. And so on a very cold morning, if I'm going out and I'm going to be, say, playing golf, or I'm going to be really working hard, and I feel I need a proper breakfast, which is pretty rare now, yeah, I do have porridge in the house still, but no milk, no sugar. And yeah, it's a wonderful filler. And also oats is quite a good way of getting rid of arthritis in the body.
Okay.
So,
Tia has sent us a text message in text speech, so I'm going to try and translate this. Just bought a aloe vera plant. Is this okay to consume? When I bought it, it says on the label it's not for consumption.
Well, you don't eat the actual plant. What you do is you peel it down. You have to cut those long, beautiful leaves. You cut those, and it's the gel inside that is good for you and heals burns, and is also good and healing for the digestive system. Yeah.
Okay, Margot from Ireland has sent us an email here saying she's on Lustoral for depression. She was wondering if she could come off them, and if so, what is an alternative?
Well, we always say, you know, we are just health educators here, and you have to go to your individual doctor. We can't possibly prescribe for other people. I'm a health educator, so I'm bringing people back to God's word on the fruit, the vegetables, the seeds, the nuts, and the green plant. You have to go and see somebody who knows your particular case, looks after you one-to-one. And if you need a second opinion, of course, from a naturopath, that's quite a good thing to get as well. Don't listen to just one person, always get a second opinion, and do your own research, very important.
Okay, Sue has sent us an email here saying, hi, great program. She has constant pain in her foot, muscles and joints. The GP said it's arthritis. What can she do to get rid of the pain? She's in her 60s.
Well, firstly, she needs to eliminate all the acidity from her diet and get back to the pH balance of 7.365, which is correct. I think that, you know, she really needs to get on our Get Well, Stay Well program, and then she'll find that the pain in her foot will go. Again, the pain patches are good for that. Basically, we have to apply heat, maybe, heat to heal that pain, and basically she should probably rest it if the foot is hurting all the time. And there's something called Transact plasters, which you can also put on, and maybe you can get those. Transact plasters are wonderful. They have ibuprofen, which you can then stick on like the plaster right on the joint, but you're not taking the ibuprofen into the body as a drug, so it's much healthier.
Well, throughout today's program, we'll be talking about the right foods to be eating, the raw foods and juicing. I think it's time to take a look at a clip. Let's take a look at the clip. This is called The Best Recipe for Your Health for Juicing. Let's take a look.
Hey everybody, how you all doing? Peter Carvel here from sixpackfactory.com, and today I'm going to show you one of the best juicing recipes for getting ripped and for ultimate health. Now before we get going, let's get something straight here. Juicing is not just for females or people who goes onto a detox. Juicing is for anybody who's serious about getting ripped and getting in shape, and more importantly, serious about their own health. Now, juicing is particularly good if, like me, you're not into eating all that veggies every single day. Then all you have to do is drink a juice or two every single day, and you get all that nutrients and more from eating a lot of veggies. And secondly, one of the main benefits of juicing is actually to make your body more alkaline. If you are a meat eater like me, then your body can very quickly become too acidic, and that has a whole range of other health problems. So drinking a juice helps your body become more alkaline and make it a lot healthier. Okay, so let's get on to the actual juicing. Now I call this juice doctor juice because it's just that healthy, it's that nutrient dense, and that's why I drink one of these every single day of my life. Now, I first was given this recipe by a homeopath who gave this to his clients who went onto long detoxes, 7 to 15 days, sometimes up to 20 days. So you know it's going to be nutrient dense, and that's what we're looking for in a juice. So let's get going by looking at all the ingredients that goes into this juice. So we're going to start off with a nice big handful of spinach. Then we're going to have 4 or 5 celery sticks. Then we're going to have a nice big apple, can be any apple. Then we're going to have 2 medium or 1 large beetroot. Then we're going to have a bit of ginger. Don't make it too big, otherwise it can be very overwhelming and even burn your mouth a little bit. Then we're going to add a couple of radishes, half of a nice big cucumber. Then we're going to have either 2 or 3 medium to large carrots. And then the thing that makes this juice better than anything else you've ever tasted is the secret ingredient, which I'll show you at the very end. And to be totally honest, when you make this juice, the main thing is that it's very bland, it's very earthy tasting, and if you have to drink it every single day, you can get a bit tired of it. When you add this ingredient, it makes it nice and sweet and zesty, and it's something you're going to enjoy drinking every single day. So all I do now is I quickly give all these vegetables a wash. Even if it came from a supermarket that says washed, I quickly give it a wash and then I just stick it through the juicer. Okay, so I quickly went and washed all my vegetables, and now I'm just going to juice it. And I just want to talk about a juicer quickly. This is pretty much the bottom of the range juicer. Don't think you have to go and buy the most expensive juicer on the market. Nobody cares. We care about what comes out of that juicer, and we care about the results of the fluids that comes out of that juicer or the ingredients. Nobody cares about your juicer. In fact, if you can see the back there, I've got an Oscar juicer, which is a super expensive juicer, and I almost never use it. It just takes too long. It's a very niche specific juicer as well. So don't worry about getting the most expensive thing. As long as it works, as long as it's effective, and as long as it can juice your vegetables, it's good enough. Let's quickly get everything through there, and then I'm going to show you the secret ingredient at the end. And then for the final ingredient, yep, a simple lemon. Now, it's actually quite strange because the lemon actually makes it nice and sweet, not bitter. And that's the amazing thing. So when you start mixing different fruits, how it can provide you with different tastes and different textures. So all you add to this baby is a lemon at the end. It's not going to make it bitter. It's going to make it nice and sweet. And it's going to change this from a boring, bland thing to drink into something you want to drink every single day. Let's get it in there and then we're done. Okay, and all that's left to do then is put this away, get this baby out. You can get a filter where it will filter out all the stuff. I don't mind it, especially if it's not for a detox. And then we're just going to put this into here. As you can see, there's even a little bit left, so it makes a nice big portion. You can even just add a few extra things and make 2 portions of such for you and a friend, or just a nice big one for yourself. One other little tip. If you drink one of these babies, you can pretty much throw away your multivitamin unless you have a specific reason for taking it. But this has so much nutrients, it's going to help you become a lot healthier, and a healthy body lose fat faster. Until next time, guys, bye-bye.
Hi there, viewers, welcome back. I just wanted to give you an idea on juicing, because we always talk about juicing, just to give you an introduction perhaps into what are the foods that we can include in them. And people will be surprised that with juicing you mix fruits and vegetables together.
Why not? Why not? God made them all. And he's a lovely South African guy. I like the accent because I grew up in South Africa, so good for Pete. And you know, I think it's good to see a man's perspective on the thing as well, because so men think, men think, oh, juicing is for girls, you know, it's a sort of girly thing, but it's not. It's a really big, tough guy there. And I'm finding that a lot of the athletes, you know, really into the juicing, and that, you know, #1 bodybuilder in the world, you know, he lives on this stuff and will only drink distilled water, interestingly.
Well, if some of our viewers didn't have a chance to write down the ingredients into that last juice that we saw in the last video, if you want to take a pen and paper, let's just go through this. He had spinach, celery sticks, apple, beetroot, ginger, radish, cucumber, carrots and lemon.
Yeah, good mixture.
And it's making an extra little bit of taste, adding the lemon and the ginger in there as well, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. You can make the juices so nice.
Excellent. Well, let's go on to continue with the emails. We are live and interactive, so please do feel encouraged to send in your email and your text messages. Hi, Si and Felicity. Thank you for your hard work. I'm enjoying the show. This one's from Selena. Would a completely vegetarian diet lead to deficiency in vitamin B12? What supplements can we take?
Well, that's what I asked when I was at Hippocrates Health Institute training, and Dr. Brian Clements says that we're all short of B12, whether we're on the vegan diet or we're on the MAD diet. So we're all short of it. It's the methylcobalamin that we need. We can supplement with it. That's the B12. We ought to supplement with a lot of the B vitamins anyway, particularly people who suffer from anxiety, depression, a multi-B vitamin every complex, it's called, every meal is a great idea. And for people who have a lot of anxiety and depression, the niacinamide, which is the vitamin B3, is the one to go for. So yes, we can do a lot with supplementation.
Okay. Christine is asking, what do you suggest if someone seems to be losing more weight than one is happy about?
Okay, so more rice, more brown rice, more baked potatoes in their jackets, and you can have all the cooked vegetables, but you don't have to go to the meat and dairy because that's going to have side effects and make you ill. So just eat masses of the good foods and you won't lose too much weight on that.
Okay, Hermit is asking, is organic cheese okay if cows are eating grass-fed?
Well, it sounds better, doesn't it? But it's still animal protein, so it causes acidity in the body. Yeah.
Do fruit juices work the same with vegetables?
Well, ideally we want the green, from the green goodness from the green vegetables is the very best that we can have, of course. So we need the chlorophyll, but it's nice to have the other vegetables, and all the colors, of course, produce their own goodness for us. So we have the antioxidants, we have the beta-carotenes, a good mixture. And basically, if people are fighting cancer, then they're told not to have too much of the acidity of the fruit, the sugar in the fruit, and also acid from some fruits. So basically, the green juices are the ones to stick with.
Okay, and very quickly, I got an email here saying, I watch your program studiously and I'm blessed to have learnt so much from it. I now blend my fruits as breakfasts, eat quite a lot of vegetables and limited consumption of bread and milk. However, being black African, I'm used to spicy food, but only certainly observe I experience inflammation in my stomach area. Any help, please?
Lots of ginger, then lots of garlic if you want spicy foods, and being black, of course, you need far more vitamin D. So get your blood tested, get your vitamin D levels tested by the Birmingham City Hospital, who do a 25-pound test, and then find out where you are, and you can supplement. Philip Day has a very good vitamin D that I take, and I advise people to take. So go with that, and you do need much more than people with a white skin.
Bucky has sent us an email saying, I react to fruits unless it's frozen and juiced. I also react to wheat, dairy products, coconut, milk and almonds. Can I assume I will react to wheatgrass?
I don't think you will react to wheatgrass. It sounds as though you're very sensitive, so you need to go and see a good naturopath and find out exactly what's going on in your body. And I would recommend that you do that as soon as you can. But certainly try the wheatgrass. You won't be allergic to wheatgrass.
And John is asking, what is a good juicer to buy?
Well, there you go. I'm not commercial and I'm not going to be advising on any particular one. Just get the one that you like the look of, that perhaps has a wide mouth and it's easy to juice with. But
okay.
Just juice, that's the answer.
And the viewer is asking me to repeat the fruits that were mentioned in the video. You've got spinach, celery, apple, beetroot, ginger, radish, cucumber, carrots, and lemons. So Felicity, we have come towards the end of today's program. So as always, thank you very much for joining us.
Great, lovely to be with you.
Thank you also to our viewers. Take care and God bless.